Konbanwa! Ladies and gentlemen, come one, come all to the Shogun's tent, the show in which those that build and improve the culture are put on a pedestal, while those that destroy and pervert it are put to the sword. This is the March 31st edition of the Shogun's tent, and I am, of course, the bane of the woke, the harbinger of inheritance, the mad Shogun, RealAaronAlexander. And this week I have three of our retainers here in attendance. First off is the lady who likes sending people on plane rides to hell while she's suffering from migraines from hell. The literary sage of Washoe County, Justine Hart. And the man that doesn't have to stay frosty because, let's face it, he is always frosty, Snowman. And our special guest tonight, the man who is the representative of the Ministry of Otaku, Jay. How are you all doing tonight?
Yes, I'm actually the founder of Ministry of Otaku. I'm just a one-man show, but I do have some people who know me. It's just a one-man show, really. But thanks for asking. I'm actually a cosplaying photographer of the DC metropolitan area, and I've been documenting conventions since 2007.
Yeah, you've been a constant convention goer since 2007, and you've come onto the show tonight because, let's just face it, folks, the convention scene has turned into a dumpster fire. And by the way, tonight on the background, notice
a very adequate description because the background picture is basically the piss ball pit.
Yes, the ball pit of doom from DashCon.
I'm looking at that shit. I'm going like, yeah.
And the problem now is,
so is that the background?
With the exception of a very few conventions going on, that is every convention going on right now. You got that shit. That is a representative of the modern convention scene, especially post-COVID.
Yeah, I'll stay at home, thank you very much.
You mean post-Corona-Chan lockdown and post-Corona-Chan hysteria?
Yep.
Yes, it's the pandemic didn't do anything. The hysteria and the lockdowns did all this. I lived for the swine flu, and except for occasional PSAs, we operate as no. I attended Con in 2019 during the swine flu.
Yeah, nobody, and the swine flu's like, well, what's going on with the swine flu? Huh? I don't care. I'm gonna go to fucking Mickey D's or go to Wendy's.
Yeah, we had balls back then. People freaked out and we had to wear a fucking mask that choked us to death.
Yeah, and social media. Yeah, there was no mask mandates, and the social media was at its infancy.
Also, you didn't have woke
during the swine flu.
You didn't have crazy ass wokey
I'm
motherfuckers.
starting to join the camp of the people who basically want to say, social media was a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So before we begin, we got a few things I want to go over though. All right. First things first. Since now I've been catching up on videos all this week, but the reason I haven't been doing a lot of videos is because I've been working on this. So what I got here for you is the OSR adventure that I've done for the OSR Supplement Jam, which was held by Taylor Lane, by the way. Shout out to Taylor Lane for hosting this, and also a big shout out to RPG Pundit for promoting this. And but anyway, the Whisper of Three Roses. Snow, you're telling me you're gonna run this on Monday?
I already figured out a system I'm gonna be using. Monday's gonna probably be like, okay guys, did you download the books? Good. You will use these sheets that hopefully, Aaron, you would have fully done by Sunday.
Yeah, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it to the best of my ability.
I need those sheets to be fillable by Sunday.
You fill up Sunday? All right, that's fine. But anyway, but if you want to check it out, I do have the link in the video description. Also, yeah, please check it out. 113 pages. It's a full on mega dungeon basically. So.
Oh, I gotta tell you, the font for my 2 sheets that belong to my 2 games that I'm trying to make, the font should be size 10.
Yeah. And by the way, you won't find any Comic Sans here. Looking at you, Star Wars girl. Don't do that.
Yeah, I didn't know about what happened to Star Wars girl with Comic Sans.
She used Comic Sans on her. She put Comic Sans as her font for promotional pics. You never use Comic Sans. Anyway, but
unprofessional.
Yeah, you don't do that. But anyway,
No.
yeah. But anyway,
Let me show you an actual good font that I actually use, and then had actually edit.
Tell me about it later, Snow. We don't want to drag down the stream. But but anyway, it's a tale about temptation, madness, and redemption.
Hey, Dragon.
How you doing,
Hey,
Ethereal?
Dragon.
Hello.
All right. And it's a free download, but and if you wish, leave a few bucks if you want. You know, it helps me out. Helps a lot of things on my end. But anyway, you're not obligated, but it's appreciated. But check it out. You'll love it. All right. Now onto the next issue before we get to the meat of this is Jay. You tipped me off on this when I was at work yesterday, and Snow and I were fuming.
Yes, that is true. I'm actually a target of stalking from people who support I stand with Vic Fails, and I've been stalked since I've attended Anime Matsuri in 2021, and I attended Anime Matsuri in 2021 because Ocon imposed a mask mandate, and I said to myself, with vaccines widely available, there's no excuse There's no excuse to keep the mask mandate, and I thought they'll just go operate. They're going to operate as normal, but instead they literally decided to impose a mask mandate irregardless. But it was very broad. It had several sections, but now when 2021 they're close to the convention, DC reimposed the mask mandate and they threatened the exceptions. You can only take off your mask for eating and drinking and for mask breaks, not for cosplaying.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that later,
yeah.
Jay. We'll get into that later. But apparently this stupid account over on the Twitter, I stand with Vic Fails, a notorious kick vicar. Fucking drink for those assholes. You know, apparently he's stalking Ministry of Otaku, but what happened was this screenshot was from my server, was from the Shogunate, and when we found out about this, we had to lock down the server for about a half hour at best. And we try to find out who's the mole. But luckily, it turns out he knows who the mole is. General ASC. He went with a lot of few other names. Now he signed up to the Shogunate, and I figured, okay, he's a usual member, right? He wants to come in and join the fun. I was like, hey, cool. Hey, cool.
Yeah, this is why I made the filter room, so we could actually they wouldn't bother with the rest of the server until we actually question them.
Yeah.
And actually try to do our due diligence.
Well,
and
this was my fault. This was my fault. I was a bit lazy on that one, mostly because usually when someone joins the Shogunate, 9 times out of 10, it's good faith, right? It's good faith.
Well, in this case, it's like 9.9999 because this is the first time this happened.
Yes, this is the very first time it's happened.
He was the sub 1%.
Yeah.
That made it through.
Yeah. But luckily when I heard about this, guys, like, oh shit. I immediately busted his ass
Yeah,
and
when I
banned him.
saw that, I immediately told you. I immediately messaged you, and then you saw this, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. So what happened was, I said, you think you're slick, huh? I showed him the screenshot, and he kept playing dumb. He's like, oh, I just said, man, I didn't know nothing. It's just a screenshot. Bullshit, homie. Your name was on it. So yeah, he's banned. So yeah, he's banned from the Shogunate, and now the Shogunate. So unfortunately, from here on in, if you wish to join the Discord server, you gotta have an invite. You gotta have an invite from here on in.
Rule, which is, if you want to screenshot something off the Shogunate, you're gonna need either Aaron or my permission. If you do it without permission, we ban you.
Yeah.
No exception.
Ban you, and it's not just ban. We ban you on the spot. So don't do that. Okay? And like I said, from here on in, if you wish to join the Shogunate, you're gonna have to personally contact me or Snow or anybody. Contact Justine or anybody like that. See if you get, if they can put in a good word and we think you're okay, we'll allow you in. Okay?
Yep. It's invite only. You need to have a good word of a member who's already in the server.
Definitely. So that's how it's gonna go. So sorry, membership is pretty much it's invite only. So I'm very sorry for this, but it seems like
Moles.
We don't want any woke moles coming into our shit. Okay? Because God forbid what would happen if that happens. But anyway. So,
And the sad part is I made the filter room to block out moles.
Yeah, and we got them anyway. Anyway. So, without further...
didn't get to the RPGs categories.
Oh, thank God. Thank fucking God.
It would be a shame if they stole fucking ideas out of that one and fucking use it to make their own fucking products just to shit on us.
Yeah, probably make a woke version of Ronin. If that ever happened, there would be people going to the wood chipper.
Oh yeah, I hate to see motherfuckers go into Ronin or go into DGS, steal our fucking ideas, make their own RPGs out of that,
and try to copyright troll us too.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they're gonna make much money because they're woke motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But they're gonna copyright us to fucking death.
Yeah, copyright troll us just like they did with Martina and just what they did to John. That's not cool. But anyway, now that we got that out the way, let's get into the shit. First on the list. Jay, can you give me some background on Anime Next?
Yes, gladly. Now, Anime Next was supposed to be held on early June. Yeah, it was supposed to be held on early June of 2022, and on September.
Hold on. Jay. Before we get to talk about it, I want some background on this convention, because just in case for people who don't even know about this.
Oh yes, I've never been to Anime Next, but I know that Anime Next is an anime convention held in Atlantic City, New Jersey for 3 days. It was held in the Atlantic City Convention Center, and Atlantic City is home for casinos, and so that convention center has a casino there and restaurants, and has event spaces there.
So basically, what you're saying, since it was held in Atlantic City, major tourist destination, it's like second biggest tourist destination, and second only to Las Vegas when it comes to gambling and entertainment and all that kind of entertainment and 5-star restaurants and what have you. But
so yeah, you get your anime DVDs and Blu-rays and all that. You can get your manga, and then you get to spend the rest of your money on fucking slot machines.
Yeah, and by the way, guess who
tells me you're gonna be broke ass when you get out.
Guess who basically built that town, by the way? I don't know, a certain former president?
Are you referring to Trump?
Yep. He I believe one of his first casino was in Atlantic City.
I swear, almost everything he touches turned to gold.
Yeah, like I said.
If only he actually fucking selected people that were actually loyal to him.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so basically, Anime Next was pretty much wasn't going to be a it's pretty much in a prime tourist destination. So obviously, they were making money hand over fist.
Except they had to go woke.
Yeah. So, Jay, continue.
Now, anyway, Anime Next on September 2021 decided to impose this super COVID woke policy, not only mandating a mask and a vaccine, also you're required to have any boosters available to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Booster. Yeah. Not only you gotta be Chad, but you gotta be boosted. Oh.
And you have to be masked regardless of vaccination status. You can only take it out only for eating and drinking and nothing else. And the ironic thing is that if you don't have one, they actually provide you with Anime Next branded face covering for free with your badge. So you're advertising while virtue signaling.
Mm-hmm. And here,
this is what these health and safety policies are: virtue signaling.
It is. It's virtue signaling. And the thing here is, and this is why I'm not a fan of masking. Okay, number one, they don't do shit. That's number one. Number two, God forbid if you have sinus issues like I do. I mean, why the hell do you see me sniffing like DSP every now and again on the stream? Just like I did.
And another thing for masks, it basically discriminates towards those who have PTSD as a result of being a crime victim. It's an issue for those who have face sensitivity issues and those who have autism.
They're not exempted.
I have autism spectrum disorder.
I understand. I understand because I too also have Asperger's as well, so I can understand.
I didn't know.
I have attention deficit disorder, so they're all three kind of linked.
Yeah, some of us are on the spectrum as well. So.
Yes, and these anime conventions have been a major outlet for me. And with these masks and vaccine mandates, they're basically cutting us off. They're inherently discriminatory based on disability, and the vaccine mandates are inherently discriminatory for racial reasons, for Black Americans and Hispanics. There are plenty of Blacks and Hispanics that have not taken the vax due to long-standing historical hesitancy and government.
Yeah, Tuskegee experiment and all that mess. I think there was like a project. I think Luke Cage covered it in the second season where they did like an experiment in Jamaica, in which I believe Bushmaster got his powers. But I don't know if that actually happened. It might have. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look it up. But here's the deal, and this is you're gonna see a theme of this tonight here, that some of these conventions run by a bunch of wokies. They use COVID policy to basically purity test and to gatekeep. They figure if we keep up all the restrictions, despite the fact this contrary to all the shit that's been coming out on COVID these past few months, they figure we keep out the problematic sort, the ones that refuse to mask. People such as you and I, or anybody that doesn't fall for this shit.
Or for those who can't wear a mask for various reasons, legitimate reasons, and they don't provide exceptions based on the ADA. Most of these conventions do not provide exceptions based on the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Yeah, and I think what happened is some of these places, and this is very risky now, because now that pretty much the pandemic is over and done with, well, gotta get past the midterms first. But it's over and done with, then what's the point of keeping these stupid regulations in the first place? Again, I believe it's the purity test.
And that's the thing. The vaccine's already here. Yes, the vaccine's already here last year. The corona trend would have been over, but they decided to virtue still more with these health and safety policies. And as a result, the convention attendance has dropped, sometimes upwards to 50%, like in MagFest. MagFest 2022.
Oh, and I think... Oh, wait a minute. I think we got something on MagFest here. Wait a minute. Is it... yeah, okay, we do. Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Okay, one bogey down.
Who? They...
Claymore, talking a little smack. Took him out.
Ooh, who's this? Who's this clown? Wokies like stars. Who's this? I don't know. Smart. Sounds like a smart ass. Anyway.
Yeah, it just took him out just in case. Because of the whole fucking stalker.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway. Now the point I was trying to get across is that now that these have relaxed, if they still put up these things, the people now these cons are high risk because now people can sue under ADA discrimination.
Yeah, and they should.
Yeah. So
but no one's doing it. No one in the anime convention thing is doing it.
Well, because most of them don't know their rights, or B they figure that most of them are freaking black-pilled.
Or if they do, they feel they'd be.
They'll be harassed by the wokies. But,
yeah,
however,
they'll have moles
no
like
money.
you.
Yeah. Now I think the ones that help that run the venue know this, and I think they probably talk to Anime Next, says, hey, you need to ease up on it. We ain't doing this shit no more. But you know what they did instead? Oh, they took their ball and went home. Took their fucking ball and went home. Shameful freaking display.
A shameful display!
Jesus Christ. So let's read. Let me go ahead and read this here. All right. Let me take a drink because you know I'm about to do the voice. So here's what they said. Anime has continued to monitor the state of public health and all local regulations revolving around safety. Unfortunately, we've become aware of some concerns that we feel jeopardize our community's safety. Oh, you're full of shit there, bud.
Bullshit!
After multiple meetings with the convention center, they have made it clear they do not share the same priorities as us. Due to the recent developments with our venue, we've decided to call off all public-facing attractions of Anime Next 2022, meaning we will not have an event for attendees, vendors, guests, etc., as we traditionally do. Before we go any further, we would like to apologize for all of our community members, partners, and sponsors. We, just like all of you, are excited to return to an in-person event. See friends, enjoy the festivities, to which we've let you down. We're sincerely sorry. Oh, you're so full of shit there, buddy.
Bullshit!
Yeah. Yeah, you just want all your little woke buddies to go around and get all cringy and shit. You're forcing anyone with a sane brain out of there. We also sent out emails from noreply@animenext.org to everyone who registered and applied with a summary of the details listed below here. You can find more information on the specific topic below the table of contents, and we're not going to fucking read that because we'll just skim it, though. How about that? We'll just skim it.
And here's the thing, they actually provide a full detailed list of the reasons why, but it got taken down by order of the convention center. But I can sum up for you right now. First is the miscommunication. The convention told them, the convention venue told Anime Next that they only have multiple conventions mini events in the venue,
Mhm.
and one of them was actually held 1 mile away from the venue. And Anime Max was pissed at that. The second one is the venue cost increase, and that was easily solvable by increasing the badge price to $5 to $10 per each badge, or they can just bite the bullet and just allow more people in. And Anime Max did have a successful glorified online convention called Almost Home. They could have a hybrid convention, basically telling people that if you don't feel safe, stay home. We're going to have a
virtual convention
online event for you, and we're going to cover as much of the convention as possible. So basically, the real convention, the in-person event, would be the same convention as they held in 2019, while they're going to have an online convention trying to cover as much of the convention as possible. But the final one, the real reason why Anime Next decided to cancel and make it a staff-only event was that the convention venue was basically done with the hysteria, and with that, the other non-anime convention events were going to operate as normal. Anime Next actually demanded the convention venue to reimpose the mask and vax mandate for the staff of the convention venue and for the attendees of the non-anime convention events. The venue said, no, we're done with this hysteria. We're going to move on our lives. And Anime Next commerce were pissed.
They took their ball and went home.
Yes, because they realized that they're not going to virtue signal towards them.
Okay, just for clarification.
So they walked away. And guess what?
Sorry for interrupting, but just for clarification, what are these other conventions?
One of these other conventions well, they were actually listed on this on the screen cap, which I actually have right now, but unfortunately, due to various legal reasons, I'm not going to show it to you. But I can actually describe the names of the events.
Okay, to make the matter short, these other conventions, which are not owned or operated by these Anime Next guys, basically were like, we just want to do our business and actually have people come over and have a fun time.
Yeah.
Also,
and then this made Anime Next fucking salty because they know if they're gonna force everyone to wear masks, they're gonna be looking like the fucking idiots in the room.
Also, Jay, there's another thing that I also.
Yes, the festivals I'm talking about are the Orange Loop Lock Festival.
Yeah. Basically a lot of the other festival, but I
just want to make sure I got everything right.
I think there's another reason for this. Okay, the staff workers who are hired by the convention center. You know, the ones that basically sweep up the floors, clean everything up, etc. Clean up the bathrooms. They would be forced to mask, and the convention center wasn't gonna allow that. So I'm beginning to think that's the reason they that's the reason they said, listen guys, we can't have our staff masked up. We just got back to normal. We can't do this for you. I'm sorry. And they got all salty. So, Jay?
Yes, I was going to say that the festivals that they're going to operate as normal is the Orange Loop Lock Festival. It's held outdoors across several blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's the that's the primary reason why, because the festival that's going to be held around 1 mile from Anime Nights and most of the hotels. So that's why they got angry, because yeah. And also shares three of the same hotels at Anime Next. So that's why.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why. It's the festival. The festival's going to operate as normal, while Anime Next doesn't want to operate as normal. They could just easily bit the bullet, tell them, we want to impose our mandates, but we cannot do it due to various circumstances. Basically, because the venue is not going to allow it, and the festival is not going to allow it. We're asking you to take precautions. recommend getting vaccinated. If you want to wear a mask, wear one. And we're going to focus all our attention on putting on a show no matter what.
Yeah, but like
That's it.
I said, my suspicion is the con was basically going to use these COVID restrictions to gatekeep and purity test.
That is another reason why it's all political. And a lot of these conventions, the Commonwealth, in my opinion, actually support the lockdowns, despite the fact that some conventions were financially struggling.
Because most of them are run by woke.
They did not spoke up, and yeah, they weren't like this before Trump elected. So basically, I think they got converted into wokeism during 2016, 2020. Same stuff, but they got converted through social media indoctrination.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, this is not this tonight. And hey, this isn't the only convention that's doing this. Oh, we got several examples tonight. So
Can I just say something? Can we
Go
give
ahead.
applause for the other conventions that basically removed their mask mandates because
there were
we
very
could just do business as normal?
there were very few conventions that have done it, and Anime Matsuri is one of them. So, for Anime Matsuri and all those others, you mentioned a few
Anime
others.
Matsuri and Colossal Con. Anime Matsuri was hell bent on operating as normal in 2021.
And they're going to be.
They were planning to
Congrats to
operate
them.
as normal in 2020, and they were willing to operate with 50% capacity into the mayor shut down the convention center because he didn't want the Texas GOP to run their annual convention there. That's the real reason why the convention center was closed for 2020. That's why Anime Matsuri was forced to cancel for 2020. They were hell bent on operating for 2021 last year, and what they got was the largest growth for the year in 2021 in about 14,000 people, the largest out-of-state attendees. 14,000 people out of that, I don't know, 40,000 people came to Anime Matsuri, and it was the largest out-of-state attendees
Now, also
in
there
the
were
convention's history.
yeah. Now, there was also controversy last year. I believe a few guests came there. One of them is Kaho Shibuya. Are you familiar with her, Jay?
Yes, I was familiar with her, and it appears, and what she said, and what she experienced was actually fake.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, what she experienced was fake. And here's the thing about Shibuya. Anime News Network didn't cover the convention except for that one fake.
By the way,
email.
anime. When it comes to Anime News Network, drink for them. Because these guys are fucking liars. And they basically decide to bury that Damon Mills story. But we're not going to talk about that. Continue.
Yeah. Now, anyway, Anime News Network actually covered an email about a sex party, which never happened and was honestly fake.
Yeah.
Anime News Network actually ran as their story, and that story has yet to be retracted by Anime News Network.
Yeah.
And I think their home convention is Anime Expo, Oricon, and Anime New NYC, and they made the Oricon convention. They made the Oricon 2021 article all about Chrono-chan instead of the actual convention. And Oricon 2021 was a shell of its previous conventions.
Oh, I can imagine. Now,
An utter shell.
Now, getting back to the Kaho Shibuya thing, I think there was also controversy involving pay. I don't know what happened, but apparently, whatever happened, it soured her for some silly reason. I haven't looked it up, but she did attend Matsuri, but I don't think she might be coming back. I'm not sure. But I'll tell you this right now. I think a lot of the situation with Matsuri is basically you got I think I can pinpoint it to this thing. Okay, this is why I think Matsuri is getting all the hate towards it. It's not just because they don't want a purity spiral. They want a purity spiral everybody. It's also for one reason and one reason alone. They did not cancel Vic Mignogna.
And you know what? Vic did nothing wrong.
Never did. Never.
Actually, he did one thing wrong. It was giving those fucking losers mercy in the court.
Exactly. Jay,
He
you have any?
had them,
Yeah.
and then he let them go.
Yeah. Jay,
That's
do you
the
have
only
any?
thing he did wrong. That's
Yeah.
the only thing.
Yeah.
He
Jay,
should have went for the kill.
Agreed. Now, Jay, do you have anything to add about that whole Vic situation? Because that's not the only reason. Because it was COVID. It was also because they hosted Vic, and every woke anime scumbag, especially that fucking cow, Mars girl, had basically tried to basically tar and feather Matsuri to the point where he wants to be set on fire. But anyway, your thoughts on that, Jay?
Yes, I actually saw Vic. I actually attended two of his panels, and he's actually a wonderful guy, level-headed, grounded, sane Christian. And what Funimation did to Vic, while Funimation enabled actual sex predators.
Yeah, I know.
Staff is evil.
Yeah, we've talked about that stuff, and I again, I don't want to go deep into it again because we've covered it in we covered it like two streams ago, and like I said, I
want to be on the record that I'm neutral. I'm just an observer of this thing. I'm not really part of I Stand with Vic. I'm just an observer. I'm just an observer of the anime. I'm a neutral observer, but unfortunately, I Stand with Vic fails constant harassment through her screen capping crew has forced me that came out in this in one of my longest videos ever.
Yeah. Even though you attack a neutral, and this is the thing: when someone attacks a neutral party, you know something's up with them. Okay, but anyway, but like I said, but when it comes to Matsuri and all these other conventions, Cosmic-Con and everything, I'm gonna give you a cheers for keeping it alive, because I think these conventions going forward, they're gonna be one of the last conventions standing.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Yes, they're going to be the last convention standing if the rest will not wake up and go back to normal.
Well, considering you're dealing with crazies, that's a
Good luck
tall.
with that.
That's a
Good
tall
luck with
order.
that. I'm
Now-
seriously thinking the video platforms replace the
Oh!
conventions.
I forgot one convention. I didn't even freaking remember. It slipped my freaking mind, and I gotta apologize to Rob Croce about this. BaseCon, which began last year over in Michigan. I forgot where in Michigan, but he held BaseCon there last year, and I think they're gonna hold BaseCon again this year. And I don't know.
Claim to be?
Yes, Rob Croce's. Yeah, it's Rob Croce. He's cool. I follow him on Twitter. He's a very cool guy. So, anyway, Justine, Ethereal, you got anything to add before we move on to the next victim?
Not really.
You covered everything.
All right, so our next violator, MagFest. This is another legacy convention here. Okay, it's been one of the go-tos from the days around, I would say, late 2000s, early 2010s, when the video viewer was riding high. You had people, back when Channel Awful wasn't so awful. And when you had and especially when Spoonie was actually sane at that point, or as sane as he possibly could be at that point.
Was channel awful, Aaron?
Channel awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, the one that I talked about, Mars Girl, she was part of that. And at one point, I considered Mars Girl one of the real sane ones. She wasn't always this fucking mad. You know? Hell, we were even mutual files at one point. But anyway, but MagFest was one of the cons that these guys like to go to. It was MagFest. It was ScrewTech Gaming Convention or Con Bravo or anything like that. These types of conventions, they're always fixtures on MagFest. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, folks, because MagFest it's fallen to the plague.
Oh,
So,
no.
yeah, basically it's this. They basically do all this crap, but basically the TLDR for this thing is this. Any person present at Super MagFest 2022 must be fully vaccinated, must bring proof of vaccination, and must wear a mask. Blah-de-da-de-da-de-da, basically, you know. And I'm trying to scroll down, trying to see if there's like a... yeah. Trying to see... yeah, fully vaccinated. So probably they included boosters, right?
Yeah, because that's what you have to have.
No, MagFest did not impose a booster mandate
They
as
didn't?
well.
Really?
They did not, but they recommend boosters, though. And the end result of all this, all these mandates turned MagFest from a festival and party of video games and video game music into a Clone-chan cultural convention.
All right.
And
Now-
from what I heard,
All right. Yeah. And I'm looking at the masking requirements here. So you can't wear bandanas or anything, or any face shields or anything. You have to wear the religious garb, basically. And 2 layers, and you have to double mask. It's even worse. Double mask. Wow. You're dealing with, it's like wear the garb or else. Good God,
Yeah,
what's that?
basically, wear the mask twice and get twice the useless protection.
Yeah, and the,
I know something. Masks with ventilation valves, they really won't let you use a mask with ventilation valve unless you actually have another face covering.
Oh, who's at the karaoke stand? Hey, guys, who's at the karaoke stand? The Grown-chan herself?
I swear to God with these people. It's like, so basically, it's like you're not. So basically, they might as well just put a sign there that says you're not allowed to breathe normally. That is a tell. This is purity testing. That is a tell. I'm surprised they haven't included boosters into their mandates. So, go ahead, Jay.
Now anyway, apparently I didn't notice this. Successful face coverings, basically, they have to be made of tightly woven material. So even if you want to have a respirator or a mask that is basically filters air through automation, like through a filter and through a fan, you actually have to have another face covering with it. So that's really stupid. It's pure virtue sealing. It's pure virtue sealing.
It's religious garb. It's religious garb, and I believe someone mentioned this a few weeks ago that the mask now, it's basically the wokey version of the MAGA hat, which I pretty much agree.
Yes, the only difference with MAGA hats is that you don't have to wear them. With masks, they demand you wear it, or you are a Trump supporter.
Exactly, and like I said, you won't see me wearing a MAGA hat because when it comes to my politics, I'm a Ronin. I'm a Ronin. But I do although I lean.
Here's a guy who's demanding evidence for why masks are hard to breathe through.
Really? If someone, well, where to and try to breathe normally. There's your evidence. Especially if you got a sinus problem.
You have sinus problem.
I think you actually want some reports.
Breathing issues. Oh, in case you have a high body temperature, all the heat gets sucked in.
He's like, yes, but why is it stupid?
Oh, this guy's an asshole.
Yeah, just showing. Do you have like medical records how that could be bad?
Yeah.
Like I know.
Yeah. Well, you're obviously. Well, obviously, he's like, oh, it's gonna be white. Well, you know what I say to that? I'll tell you what I say to that.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah. Rest in piss, Covidian. Fucking jagoff. Anyway.
Just like that, we lost 2 users, which I think were just people just fucking spying on us.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't let the door hit you on your ass, you fucking wokey jagoffs.
But basically fucking here because they're that anti.
They're kick Vicar fucks.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Anyway, continue, Jay.
Yeah. That's the thing. Now with the mask and fast mandates, what happened is that the attendees rates of the attendees numbers for Manifest 2022 dropped from a high of 24,000 attendees in 2020 to almost 13,000 in 2022.
Ouch!
And the mask and fast mandates also applied to vendors, staff, volunteers, and a lot of staff and volunteers actually bailed out. Guests also bailed out due to the ongoing hysteria.
Oh
and the thing
yeah.
is that they were so understaffed that the vendors hall, the video game room, the arcade, and the indie room was actually all headed by one person, since the rest of the people just bailed because of mask and vax mandates.
Jesus Christ.
And the video game room was for the first time closed from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. Manifest was legendary for a 24-hour video game room for the arcades and for the video game consoles. 24/7. Once the convention starts at 9 a.m., the arcade room is open at around 1 p.m. or 3 p.m. and it's open continuously until the convention ends.
Oh my god. So yeah. So that's what you're dealing with here, folks.
Guilty.
That's what you're dealing with here, folks. You're dealing with a bunch of freaking nut bags, and now, and the best part about
He's
this,
still posting. He has not realized he's been shadow banned.
yeah, you're gone, buddy. Get out of here. But like I said, but what I say to this though. Oh shit!
Not helping yourself.
Oh my god, you're such a loser, please. Oh shit, wait.
Who's typing?
It's Jay. I'm pretty sure it's Jay.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, so that, but like I said, you lose guests, you lose this thing. Why do you keep continuing this? This is at this point you got to question some of these organizers. Where is their sanity? Where is their sanity? Jesus Christ!
I guarantee you, this is gonna be the most posted thing ever. This episode right here.
Oh yeah, you watch. All the Kick Vic crowd's gonna post it. You know what? I want you to post it. Yeah, because at least now you get to come at me and I get to smoke all you fucks.
This guy literally asked, "What were the numbers of the other cons?" I think this might be a genuine poster.
Yeah. Tell them, please. Yeah, I think you told story. It was 24,000 or at MagFest, and it went down to 13,000 the next year because of the hysteria. And a lot of these people decided to no bout. So to ask your question, Josh. To ask your question, Josh. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, okay. He probably want to hear it from Ministry though.
Yeah. So, Jay, could you give him the numbers real quick?
Basically, again, for 2020, they had an attendance peak of 24,000 people. For 2022, they only had 13,000 people. 2021 was canceled entirely.
Hold on. He's asking for others.
Others?
Yeah, others.
For Katsucon, they used to
Yeah, Katsucon.
have over 20,000 people. But for 2022, it dropped to 17,000 people. 17,000 attendees for the entire event. Oricon, they actually had an average of 21,000 people, around 21,000 people for the 2021 event. But reports indicating that it was mostly empty because of the fact that there are fewer cosplayers, and I think most of the people actually attended for Saturday.
And by the way, and I'm reading Gitsy's here, and it says, yeah, I agree, man. If every other business has done away with all the hysteria, why not the enemy? And I'll tell you what I've told you this earlier, that most of these places they're using the COVID rules to purity test congoers and gatekeep to make sure the quote unquote
you just joined the fucking crowd.
Yeah. Basically they want to keep all the problematic people out of their conventions.
Josh, thank you for being cool. Gitsy rules. Thank you for being cool so far.
God bless. And hey, be sure you subscribe. Be sure you subscribe. We got other good shit to talk about in the future.
And Josh, thank you for being cool.
Appreciate y'all.
Right now, we are getting swarmed by the Kick Vic crowd because they got issues with Jay here.
Yeah, and like I said, for those who Kick Vic crowds, I got something to say to you. You're in the wrong neighborhood, bitch. Because the second thing is remember the second part of our tagline is those that pervert culture we put to the sword. That means you. Anyway,
we're not afraid of banning basically these woke tards.
Yeah. Anyway, so moving on to another convention, Frosty Faustings.
Let me finish. But people who generally want to ask questions, yeah, we'll try our best to answer those questions.
Yeah, we'll answer it to the best of our ability. So you're gonna have to bear with us. We're trying to keep the show going, but I'll periodically check chat, and like I said, we'll ask questions to the best of our ability. Those who are.
See, that is a solid point you made because everyone else is dropping the fucking mask mandates except for these cons.
Exactly.
The moment you go into the con, they demand these mask mandates, which is why they are failing.
Yeah, and apparently it's like once you go to an anime convention or any of these cons, the COVID's like the boogeyman. It's coming to get ya. All right, but thanks for that statement there. Well, anyway, we gotta move on here. Frosty Faustings. I never heard of this con. Jay, can you describe this con for me?
Frosty Faustings is one of the most modest fighting game community tournament conventions there.
So it's a fighting game community
in Michigan.
So it's a fighting game community. Ooh, right in your backyard, Snow.
Yes,
it wasn't much cons, anyways.
Yeah, and Frosty Faustings is super crunch and woke. Not only they impose a mask and vax mandate, recently they actually imposed mass vaccine testing mandate. So basically, you have to wear a mask at all times, regardless of vaccination status. You have to show proof of vaccination, it has to be full vaccinated, and you have to test negative.
Wow.
And they opposed the testing mandate because of the ongoing hysteria.
So it's like the
Wait. They force you to take a test right then and there.
Right there, or
within 48
or have proof of testing.
That is bullshit.
And here it says,
Yeah.
Justine, what do you have to say?
I agree. It's complete BS.
Especially consider those fast tests are not that reliable.
Yeah, really.
No.
I mean,
No, my nephew took those, and they're constantly fucking wrong.
yeah, really. They're as inaccurate as the
My
election
nephew,
results.
bless his soul, lost like 2 weeks of paycheck because of fucking COVID, because of those inaccurate COVID tests.
You
And it turns out he didn't have COVID.
Yeah. So, going down before, they want you to get your Vax cards, and it's going to be capped at 3,000 attendees. So basically, they're trying to commit seppuku at this point.
Yeah.
And this is a fighting game tournament.
Yeah, who the fuck would? No.
Yeah, all those ones
fuck
usually. Yeah, all fighting games usually populated by blacks and Hispanics.
Yeah, most of the
Yes.
yeah. I've noticed a lot of the top fighting game competitors. A lot of them are black, especially
You know who trusts? You know who trusts the vaccines the least?
black folks.
Any other? Yeah. Yep.
Yep. So basically,
That's an actual fact. You can check it out.
mm-hmm. Anyway, so is there anything you want to talk about? Is there anything you wish to elaborate that we don't even know about, Jay?
Except for the fact that they have a unique testing mandate. No, I think it's really insane that they have a test mandate. It makes very clear that it is based that these mandates are based on virtue signaling, hysteria, and purity and political gatekeeping, purity testing, because of the fact that most of this is driven by hysteria, mostly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again.
By watching CNN.
Yeah.
That's the only news source. When they see we're monitoring the situation, they're watching CNN.
Yes, CNN, Daily Beast, or any of these other freaking woke rags. And I'll tell you this, and people, you're starting to see a theme here. It's like in all these convention centers, they're basically doing away with this shit, and all of a sudden they're saying, no, we just want to keep them going. Of course, they're gonna try. They keep with this. They try to come at this saying, we just want people to not get sick. But it's the same tactic. They use it as an opportunity to
all this act of we're just doing it for your safety. It's a smoke screen. It's a smoke screen to cover up their real agendas.
Now the question is, now going forward, say a lot of these conventions aren't going to put up with this, and if they want to hold their cons, so what are the reasons they're going to have to come up with another reason to purity test and gatekeep. So what they're going to do? They're going to start doing a social media audit of these people?
That's what they're going to do, a social media audit. Here's the thing. For Orcon, I saw one person got kicked off and banned from the Orcon social media page for even telling them that I have no issue wearing a mask, but I'm not going to show my vaccine card to the event. And they were all happy that he is gone.
Oh yeah, I think I heard about that. And so basically, not only that, you can't even question the policy. It's like Calvin Ball from Calvin and Hobbes. You can't question the masks. Jesus Christ.
And now you can't
This is
question
just
the
one guy with.
vaccines.
Yeah, I got a question. Is this one guy with many accounts, or is this what you get all the time? Is Jay?
It was just basically one guy with one account. Actually, I talked to that person.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm
Nice.
talking about right now on the live chat.
Oh, it was on Facebook. It was on Facebook.
No, I was referring to what's going on in live chat right now because there's another guy that basically gave us an insult. I fucking put him in hidden.
Oh God. Oh, he's talking about. I was saying you fuck your flesh. You're like, oh God, what?
Yeah, is that
What?
normal for you, Jay? Because if so, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, man.
I mean, thank God for Emi Matsuri and Colossicon. And yeah.
Oh, we got another one. We got another one.
It's probably the same guy with like
Yeah,
50
with sock
million
account
accounts.
with 50,000 sock accounts.
Yeah.
Yes. How you doing, Matt? You're
We
Justin.
could do this all day.
How you doing, Matt? He's good to gear. We need help torching some kick Vickers. Oh, and another one.
My God, I just switched over to live chat and yep, multiple
Yeah, sock accounts. Bye-bye. Anyway.
Yeah, they're angry that I'm speaking out. They're just angry that I'm speaking out.
Yeah, well, guess what? You ain't stopping this stream, bitch. Anyway, let's move on. And again, those who are here in good faith, thank you. If you're here to troll, you ain't gonna be long for this stream. That's for damn sure. So anyway, let's move on to this. This is another one that I've heard. Castle Point. And this is in the same state as where they had Anime Next at, and I'm
the major issue is that Castle Point Anime Convention is actually recommend K94 K95 masks at all times.
Oh.
They actually recommend. They don't
Oh,
require.
yeah.
They recommend, and which makes no sense. Now we are cheapening actual useful masks to be meant for medical professionals and for people in the high hazards areas. For K95 masks, you cannot eat 3 minutes before you wear it. It has to
yes,
be properly fit tested by a professional.
yeah,
And now we see them as used as cheap masks. And I see occasionally a K95 mask littered on the street or with
Yeah.
these regular masks.
yeah. It's big. Yeah, it's like all this littering there. Now now let me remind you, N95 mask or KN95 mask. You think you can't breathe out a regular cloth mask? Ooh, that one you'll probably be like,
Worse. It's
you'll be like,
even worse.
you'll feel,
Yeah.
if you don't have asthma, you're gonna experience how it's like to have asthma, basically.
I also love the whole, well, doctors could do it all day. Okay, fine. That's nice, but if you can't wear a mask, then guess what? You're not going to be a doctor, so that argument is pointless.
Yeah, and doctors don't do it all day. They only wear it during surgery. Okay?
Yeah.
And even then, they tend to, at times, rotate people out.
Yeah, every once in a while they'll go outside. They'll go outside to get a breather, then come back in and get rock and roll.
Using air conditioned, which helps you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but
Just
so
even when COVID comes out, yeah, they were like saying, yeah, it's harder to breathe when it's hard out in a mask.
oh yeah,
'Cause it
So-
puts stress on your lungs.
yeah.
But,
So they're basically a lot of vax pass shit. So basically, ugh,
because
this
even
is
the
very creepy shit.
even like BBC was saying that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
By
anyway,
the way, guys, did you notice that I was able to make the stream this week?
yes, you did. This is actually a first end of stream. This is a first end of the month stream you've been to in a long time.
Yeah. You want to know why?
How come?
My schedule did not change.
All right, very nice. Cheers. Let's get. So it looks like our literary sage will be here for the long haul, folks. Thank Yahweh. Yeah.
Thank you, God.
Now, as for this convention asking for what you call these stupid KN95 masks, I believe our resident what you call it? Damn it. Brain freeze. Our resident damn, where's that word? What's that word? God damn it.
Your resident...
Our resident burlesque dancer. I wonder if Lady Alchemy has a question.
Are you retarded? I'm asking, like, seriously, are you clinically retarded? Do you collect public funds for retardation? Do you?
Yeah. KN95 mask to attend. Jesus Christ, it's like, just again, put a sign there that says you're not allowed to breathe. If you turn blue in the face, that means the COVID won't get you. Oh, God Almighty, good God Almighty. Oh,
if you really were going to get COVID, you would have gotten it.
Get fuck
You
off,
got it,
Alan.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron got it.
Yeah, I had it when I was in Florida.
Got it. I got it. I never got it.
My brother got it. My mother got it. My dad got it. I think it was probably the.
I think everyone got it.
Yeah,
If you're talking about the COVID.
Yeah, I don't know if I had Corona-chan. I mean, I may have had Corona-chan when I came back from South Dakota, just to escape from the choking restrictions of the state of Maryland. And South Dakota was basically almost back to normal in 2020. They did few of those states did fail for the hysteria and just lived as normal. And thank God I went to South Dakota.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
For those 4 days in October.
Well. Anyway. Let's keep going on. Okay. Let's keep going. Because I get to roast my favorite target. One of my favorite targets. Drink for Gen Con. Oh, I'm going to have a lot of fun with this one. Now, as you know...
Yeah, you don't need to talk about fun. I'm having a lot of fun with his sock accounts.
Ooh, yes. Yeah, we're having...
As soon as one pops up,
like,
I just take it down.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we saw another trolling rat. Bonk. Another trolling rat. Bonk.
Are you playing whack-a-mole with the trolls?
Yep. Snow is. Snow and I believe Matt's joining in on the fun too. We can go.
Question: does Matt have permission to actually?
Yes, he's got the wrench. He's got a wrench.
Okay, Matt. I'm gonna let the first couple. Matt, I'm gonna let you have the couple ones. Just give me the thumbs up that you can hear me and you're on.
It's It's like a
I think I've been hogging that hammer too much.
Yeah, it's basically a day at the hunting range over at the live chat tonight. Oh, you know what? Speaking of
memories, it's like that duck hunt. I mean, the duck hunt game that I played when I was a little kid, all the way back.
Yeah, you know what?
Me too. I love that game.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I think I got the just the thing for it.
Yeah, I remember that.
I love
good memories, right?
I love that freaking game. I wonder if hold on.
Don't let that dog laugh at you.
Oh, actually. It's okay. So you know what? Every time we get rid of a Kick Vicar or a Wokey, we're gonna be doing that. How about that?
Okay, Mad Matt's gonna take over. He's gonna be banhammering some folks.
All right. So anyway,
well, not folks, but basically trolls.
Yeah. Anyway, Gen Con. So let's see here. And we all know Gen Con's history. Remember the quartering when the quartering went there? They got punched out by some scumbag.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker should have been arrested.
Yeah, no shit.
Instead of arresting the assaulter
from behind.
Instead of arresting the assaulter, Gen Con decided to dispose of the victim by removing him from the con for life.
Well, that's expected. I bet you secretly they gave Matt Failtastic a freaking medal. Said, yeah, you banned a Nazi from our convention. Or more specifically, you banned a Nazi from our convention. Go fuck yourself, you scumbags.
Yeah, they probably gave him like a first edition comic or something like that.
Yeah, no shit. Well, Gen Con's more...
Yeah, technically we had to make him disappear for a while, but don't worry, you'll come back. Meantime, here's a first edition.
Yeah. So they have
condition.
Yeah. So basically, it's the same story. It's the same story over in Gen Con. Mask mandates, vax mandates. You can't have face shields. You can't have goggles. You can't have gaiters, unless you're like triple mask, bandanas, etc. So
Gen Con from the videos from this. I actually saw this special intro video made for the convention. It was filmed in 2019, and it was livelier, really livelier. Actually, I used a video as a portion for my content video on why one New York Times author is not going, and it was a lot livelier with it's basically saying Gen Con is games, and at one time they had this huge indoor stadium for open play. And it's terrible. I mean, it's terrible that Gen Con is reduced like this. And Gen Con in 2021 was planned to be operating as normal, but with the Otaku variant, they decided to impose the mask mandate, and they kept the mandate for the mask in 2022, along with a vaccine mandate. And it's really good that they don't want to operate as normal.
Because when you consider who runs it, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and worse thing is that the owners of Gen Con, they're at Seattle. The owners are in Seattle.
Oh, Seattle? Then what the fuck are they doing in Indiana?
Basically, the convention owners are in Seattle instead of Indiana. Basically, Seattle is basically Antifa land.
Yeah, Pacific Northwest, California. It's like the hinterlands.
Yeah, it's getting like that here.
Yeah,
Evil
I feel
Hill.
Evil Hank Hill. Well, actually, I don't know about that one.
I was asking Jay about that because I figured it was just another fucking troll. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll reverse it.
Reverse it until otherwise.
Yeah, no reason to jump the gun.
Yeah, don't jump the gun. So Evil Hank Hill, you're on probation.
Yeah,
anyway.
We don't know if you're with the trolls or not.
Anyway.
Sorry if I jumped the gun.
So anyway.
Guess I should restore that.
Yeah, but anyway, the thing here is
there's no way for me to restore that.
I think I can do that. Hold on.
Because I don't know if he's calling us Spurgs or he's calling them Spurgs. I don't know because he's like, I'm here on Spurgs and Spurg accessories.
All right. So anyway, let's get back. Let's get back on some shit here. Let's see here. So basically, Gen Con, I wasn't surprised by them, and I already did a video on Gen Con a while back. Because it was one of the more higher rated videos here on this channel for a long time. It's one of the first videos that actually cracked 3 digits. Probably I guess Mama Susan was asleep that day. But anyway, but yeah, they got the same thing. But the question is this: if they're based in Seattle, why hold the con in Indiana? a red state. You don't want to know why? Money. Okay? They know if they up and leave and held their convention at freaking Seattle, no one would come to their shit. Meanwhile, I bet you someone else would, in the Midwest around my area, would set someone up. Hey, that could be an idea. Maybe I wish I had the money for that. Or you know what? One of the guys at TSR could set up a convention, and they can hold it the same place. And guess what? They won't do all this purity testing shit. It'll be the greatest tabletop con in decades. But yeah. But at this point, it's like, again, people, don't give these idiots their money. They don't like you. Anyway. Now before we move on, is there anything else you want to add, Jay, Justine?
Yes, and another thing is that Gen Con is, I mean, if you look at their Twitter page when searching, we look on Twitter with the search words Gen Con, you see a lot of people support these mandates are those who have pronouns in their bio.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of them got their pronouns on their bio. They got pronouns on their bio. They always got that burn, loot, murder, and all the other garbage on that thing. Hammer and sickle icons, rose icons, you name it.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, these people.
Sickening.
These people don't want to operate as normal. And the worst thing is that I saw this clip on.
Let's ask a legitimate question. What about the Southern cons?
Oh, the Southern cons. Yeah. Anything? Oh, Josh. Yeah, how you doing, man? About the Southern cons, man.
Oh yes, the Southern conventions. Here's the thing. Almost every anime convention is like this, with few exceptions. Now for Georgia, MonoCon, they have a mask mandate in which they have not changed their policy.
I'm also willing to bet Pensacon has the same BS policy. Am I right? Because Pensacon got some.
Pensacola?
Yeah, because I believe Pensacon had gotten some hot shit with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers not too long ago. This was like before the pandemic. So.
I actually found the screenshot. It's basically a screenshot of demands of one person that doesn't want to operate as normal. I'll transfer it to you right now on the Discord.
All right, put it in the theater workshop, please, and I'll link it here.
I'm starting to figure out maybe Spurg is their code word for people who are actually not buying into the SJW propaganda.
Yeah, most of them are. Yeah, most of them have that thing here. So I'm opening the link here, and this. Oh, we have. Okay, so there's a list basically. Oh, booster mandates too. Yeah.
Yeah, the vaccinating requirement. It's not requiring boosters. They recommend boosters, but if Gen Con imposes a booster mandate, they're done.
Actually, I'm looking at this right here. Oh, there's a question. Okay, it's not policy. They know if they added boosters, they're screwed. This is why very few cons have resorted to this, because they know if they do this, they're done. They're gonna be losing money. They have to close up shop.
And Anime Nets decided to dodge their fate by making it staff only. Because if they cancel entirely, they're out of business. So they want to make it staff only. So it's a workshop / field retreat for their staff to plan for 2023.
So basically, the Anime next year. They might as well hide it. They might as well have it in their mother's basement. Oh my god. So yeah. That's what we're looking at here. So, but anyway, thanks for the question, Josh. Yeah, a lot of the Southern cons have this problem too. So, anyway, But I want to move on because we got one big one. This is talking about Otakon. Jay, can you give us some background for Otakon, please?
Yes, Otakon was my first major convention. One of my first major conventions. The first major one was Capcom, but Otakon was my first real major convention. And it originally started in Hunt Springs, Maryland. Then it moved on.
It moved on to DC.
To Baltimore as its traditional. Yes, Baltimore is its traditional and spiritual home. And they moved to DC because they outgrew Baltimore. Now, the screenshot you're seeing is for the 2021 event. Now, Otakon has been a blast ever since I attended there in 2007. I had a great time there, and believe it or not, and I just came there for the cosplay photos and for the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. I had a great time there, and they had this huge cosplay square at one of the sides of the convention. This huge square with the fountains. And
guys, Josh asked another question, and this one's pretty good. He says, "What about the Southern cons in the late 21 and early 22 that have already occurred? What were they like?"
Unfortunately, I don't go. My focus is on the DC metropolitan area conventions, not the Southern conventions. But what I heard is that MonoCon has some mask mandates, and I think a lot of these conventions do have mask mandates or vaccine mandates if they're allowed to by law.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we got no clear verification.
Yes, but there are a few conventions that are operating as normal in Texas.
Texas for sure.
Yeah, and in Missouri, ClossCon Texas, Comic Palooza and Retropalooza will be operating as normal.
Excellent. Now the question
without any vaccine or mask or anything.
None of that.
Oh yes, in Arizona there's a Phoenix Fan Fest that will operate as normal as well.
Yeah, it seems like Arizona. I wonder if some of the Florida cons they're probably going to run as normal. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they're going to have to at this point. Because
Josh, we're sorry we really couldn't answer your question. It's just
we only
have one guy who's basically like an expert when it comes to cons.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I haven't visited a con since 2017, and that was C2E2, and
I remember that.
Yeah, C2E2. It's the con that we have in Chicago, and unfortunately,
I never went to a con in my life, so
yeah, I've went to several cons.
One con, it wasn't that great.
Yeah,
the Ministry of Otaku here is basically our only expert.
Yeah, he's the expert here.
Yeah.
Now, I've gone to several cons, but I haven't gone to a con since C2E2 in 2017, because I remember going there and I did not have any fun there, to be honest with you.
Thank you, Josh, for asking these questions.
Yeah, we'll ask them to the best of our ability here, so
yes.
Really appreciate you, man.
Thank you for asking these questions and keep on asking, because
yes. But
we do like to help.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for asking that question, Josh Hinterman. Now, anyway, this screenshot you see for Otakon 2021 was for the 2021 event,
mm-hmm.
and it was a shell of itself. They reduced the hours for heavy cleaning, which wasn't really heavy cleaning. They canceled the dance, and they actually downsized the dance into the Krabby Wave that was held in the video game room.
So it became a little too what you call it?
Yeah, if they really wanted to hold, if they didn't cancel the dance, they could have the small Krabby Wave in the video game room. They would be operating from opening the video game room to closing the video game room. So they could have a mini DJ.
Go ahead.
Session in the video game room where they have music playing all day and night, like in BloodCon 2020. I mean BloodCon 2019, 2018, and they could have the main wave down there,
mm-hmm.
and there'll be another main wave that's done in the hallway.
Yeah, well,
free waves, free dance areas, but instead they cancel the main or dance, and that's why I think most of the attendees went away, or they skipped Oricon, or they just go Oricon for the vendors hall.
Trying to help out the vendors.
And they go away.
Yeah, that's just sad. And they probably had cover mostly because of this crap, which in some cases it's understandable, but I'm gonna tell you, considering the pattern we've been seeing for some of these cons tonight, I'm willing to bet that's not their aim here, and we're gonna look at their policies this year, and
yes, you can view their policy on their website, Oricon / COVID policy. I actually linked it to. Yes, there it is. They even mandate vaccine unless you can get a PCR test, and you still need to wear a mask at all times.
So basically, if you have a negative, they'll accept vaccine or negative test, basically.
Yes, and they also recommend KN95 / K94 mask as well. They recommend that.
Guys, read what Gitsy have posted, because he made a pretty valid point again.
Oh yeah. All right. So
I mean, Oricon is a shell of itself, and from what I heard from one source, is that a lot of these convention goers are not a good portion of convention goers are not going back to Oricon because the cosplay areas, the outdoor cosplay areas near the convention area are currently occupied by small tent encampments.
Oh, they got tent cities there? Oh, yeah, my word.
Yeah, small tent encampments.
God damn.
Here and there.
Yeah,
one of them near the church.
No self-respecting cosplayer want to be in that, because they'd be like,
you're afraid some wino will probably play grab ass with some of the congoers.
Yeah, there's a legitimate safety concern. I mean, there's a mini tent encampment near the church, and there's a mini camp.
Yeah, and
on the west side.
Look, that is a solid point you made.
Seriously,
anime and cosplay is so mainstream now that you can easily find and experience what used to be more exclusive and niche outside the con environment.
Mm-hmm.
So if anime conventions want to keep this COVID mandate nonsense up, then go right ahead. They're not entitled to my hard-earned money and time.
Yeah.
I can go into a freaking Walmart and find anime merch and DVDs. Heck, I even anime merch outside the usual Pokemon and all the places. Again, these are solid points.
Very solid points.
Yes, but here's the thing: for the import stuff, you have to go to a vendor, unless you want to go to Amazon. Unfortunately, Amazon is not a placement for a vendor or a specialized vendor.
Hold up. You can.
Vendors are not really hard to find. They have their own websites.
Yeah. Also, you also have other sites like JList. That's a really good place to go to. Yeah, JList is a really good site to go to. I mean, I think there's another place you can go to. God, I forgot what it is because I know
that one site that basically Louis keeps advertising.
Yeah, Louis. Yeah, that's the site I was thinking about. Play Asia. Yes, Play Asia. Because
Play Asia, and there was something else.
Yeah, because you remember when Dead or Alive Extreme 3 came out, and they wouldn't give it an American release because because at the time all the freaking wokies were bitching about it. Oh
yeah, Play Asia became a very popular site in that day.
Yes, everyone sold through Play Asia, and I think. I don't know if they like English subtitles, but at that point, it's like, you know what? Just sell it through Play Asia, and everyone can go fuck themselves.
And to be honest with you, I did use Amazon a lot for my initial figure collection.
No shame in using Amazon.
No shame. I've been very critical of Amazon profiting from the lockdowns. But at the same time,
I've been critical of Amazon too.
Merely point out what Gitsy is trying to point out. These woke fuckers basically shooting themselves in the foot and killing off the fucking con.
Yes, they're basically making Amazon stronger and richer. And they're not saying anything because Amazon virtue signals to these rookies once every 3 months as a form of protection.
Maybe that's what the plan is. Get everything through Amazon and cringy roll and Failimation. That's not going to be successful for long.
Foundation is already gone. They merged with Crunchyroll.
They're done. Yeah, Faimation's done for sure. But
I'm pretty sure Crunchyroll will be next.
Yeah,
everyone already got the fucking hint of what Crunchyroll is all about.
Crunchyroll's going to be
in that service.
I give it 2 years max. But anyway,
people are already going for.
Yeah, might as well start selling the IPs.
Yeah. So basically the deal here is this, okay? All these conventions, all right? They do realize that if someone comes up with an alternative, and I think some alternatives are coming up. We had BaseCon, we Matsuri, and all some of these Texas conventions. They're going strong, and these Texas conventions they're going to be hitting it big because you got cosplayers going on. And I want to go back to Otakon for a second because there's something else that I got to mention. Before the pandemic hit, a lot of these lewd cosplayers I follow, they probably go to these conventions and take pictures in there. Imagine what would have happened if they went to if say God forbid they go to Otakon 2021 and they go to this common area where there's a bunch of winos there, right? And all of a sudden, one of them gets a little too hands. Let's say Juliet Michelle there. You know who I'm talking about. Juliet Michelle there.
Bacon, you graceful. Bacon, you graceful person. Thank you for your question. He basically asked 2 questions, which is, which anime conventions do you recommend? Also, is it worth traveling with hotel and airlines?
Yes. Which anime convention I recommend? I recommend the ColossCon series and Anime Matsuri in Texas. Anime Matsuri in Texas and the ColossCon series. Prime East Texas. There's gonna be one in Wisconsin Dells, known as ColossCon North, which is gonna be held the same time frame as Texas in around October. They're both of these conventions were the 2 major ones that were hell bent on operating as normal. Yeah. And I think Anime Matsuri is going to be the new big con, even though they don't have a viewing room. Or a video game room.
It's on
its question, which is it worth traveling with hotel and airlines?
Yes. Airfare. Yes, it's still worth traveling with airlines as long as you book your trip at least 2 weeks. At least 2 weeks.
Yeah, you have to plan. For this stuff here, but.
I do everything 2 months in advance.
Yes. Now, but also, Bacon. I would also, if there's any cons that you want to check out, but
my recommendation. A question.
Hold on.
Colossal Con.
Hold on. I gotta talk to Bacon about this for a second. So if there's a con that you're interested in, be sure you do your due diligence. All right. Like I said, look up their policies or something. But if they return to normal, then it's a go. Give them your money. If they're pulling this mandate shit on it, give it a pass. Okay. So all it takes is some due diligence for you. So thank you for your question, Banky Lord. Really appreciate you, man. So Matt with a question. Colossal Con. What's your thoughts on Colossal Con, Jay?
Colossal Con. I went to ColossCon Texas and was a cozy con. It reminded me a lot of Team Mode when it was active in Arlington, Virginia. Major difference with Team Mode and ColossCon Texas and the ColossCon convention is that ColossCon is a party convention and it has a huge swimming pool. And on Friday and Saturday at a ColossCon Prime, they had this Rave at the Raves, where it's basically a dance party in a swimming pool, a large swimming pool. ColossCon Texas, Rave at the Raves was on Saturday. And it was just for 1 day, and the rave is basically open swimming at the wave pool.
Wave pool, shit.
The wave pool, the pool that generates waves.
Oh yeah, I know. I remember that because back when I was a kid, there's an amusement park in the Cleveland area called Geauga Lake. Are you familiar with that, Snow?
No. No.
Geauga Lake it's been closed since 2007, by the way. But Geauga Lake was an amusement park in the Cleveland area because I lived in the Cleveland area like before the summer of '91. I was born in Chicago, but when I moved to Cleveland, when I was like a little bit. When I was like 6 months. I spent the first 7.5 years of my life in Cleveland. But over Geauga Lake at the time when I went there, they had a wave pool there. It's freaking amazing. I remember that. I had so much fun with that shit, man. But
was it like Cedar Point at the time?
Cedar Point had it had a few roller coasters over Geauga Lake. It's not like Cedar Point where it's like half the ride.
I've been to roller coaster.
Well, I remember sometime in the 80s where I think it was the 80s or it could have been early 90s. Yeah, I do remember in my childhood we did cross over to the west side of the state and actually travel by boat through to get to Cedar Point.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I wish I went when I was a kid. I wish I went to Cedar Point, but Cedar Point's like that. That's the one with all the roller coasters. That's the big place, and I think it's still around.
Yeah, I remember doing that as a kid one time because, yeah, I remember we were sailing back to my state, and we basically got to see this little act between two guys. One was dressed up like Bart System. You know those little mascot things?
The mascots, yes.
People who wear the mascot uniforms. One was dressed up like Bart Simpson, and the other one was dressed like Homer Simpson. Yeah. And they were doing a funny little skit.
I've been to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. I've been to Disneyland, Disney World. What else have I been to? Six Flags.
Which one?
Universal Studios.
Six Flags, which one?
Yeah, even Gitsy is giving Colossal Con a glowing review. At least
ColossalCon Texas definitely needs to be advertised a lot more. ColossalCon Prime, I heard it was legendary despite the fact they capped the attendance. They actually kept the attendance for 2021. 2022, they're going to operate as normal.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Josh is like, they need to stop doing tiger pictures in their lobby.
I don't know.
I do not understand, Josh.
I think it's more of a hotel thing. But if it's not, well, no accounting for taste.
Oh yes, the Kalamari Resort is themed on safaris and animals.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. It's the gimmick.
It's a resort similar to the Gaylord National.
Yeah, so basically it's the resort gimmick. All right, so it's nothing to do with the con itself.
Yeah, the con has nothing to do with it. It's the resort.
It's the resort gimmick. Now, of course, we talk about Disney World. Justine, you've been telling me stories about Disney World on and on and on.
Yeah.
Come on, let's hear it.
Well, I like their amusement parks, but right now I don't want to go because of how high the prices are.
Yeah, not to mention how fucked up it's gotten with all their crap going on. But anyway,
you're paying like 10 times the amount of money
for
subpar service.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
That's why I keep hearing from
it used to be high class service. TV.
Yeah, it was like when the mob ran Vegas.
Yeah. And now it looks like shit.
Yeah. Now, I want to get back to my point where I was talking about, where I'm trying to set up the situation, like where you were talking about Otakon and how all these have like tent cities and shit. Now, I want you to picture this situation, all right? Say it's like a lewd cosplayer, like Juliet Michelle, for example, all right? They probably go to the con, right? And or better yet, Mikomen or something like that, or even any of these cosplayers that tend to do lewd shit. Okay, you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock on wood because I think all the trolls have fucking left.
Oh yeah, yeah. They fucked off. I think I guess they got the message. But
Well,
anyway,
just knock on wood just in case.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I'm sure our dislike count is gonna be high.
Oh yeah.
I really don't give a fuck. Anyway, so say they go into this con, right? And all of a sudden they're having a good time. Then all of a sudden some wino gets a little handsy with one of them. Like they grabbed her ass, they grabbed her titties. It turns into a freaking disaster. We'll never hear the end of it on freaking Twitter or anything like that. And she would be justified in saying this. But then it would turn into a nightmare. It would be a liability for the con.
Hey Jay, do you know a guy named Shiny Indetto Cosplayer Games Corner? Because he just said hey. That's all he said.
Oh, I know Shiny. He's a good man.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome to the tent, Shiny. Glad you're here, man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, you just miss a whole lot of fireworks with the live chat.
Yeah, so Matt, go easy on the trigger, folks. Go easy on the trigger. But anyway, but yeah, I can see. But you know, that also reminds me of this. How come if this tent city problem is a problem, then why they haven't hired any off-duty police to clear them away, at least for that day, you know?
That's a good question. It happened in 2021, and DC, like other major cities, was still
Yeah, they were all in their defund the police
with,
bullshit.
Chan and trying to find money and trying to in the defund the police BS. This is really no more than a means to find all that money towards private security for the mayor and for her pet projects and her DI
Definitely.
BS. And you know, Orcon actually had a DEI video about diversity and inclusion. The inclusion thing that every major organization was doing since the great racial hysteria of 2020.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yes, Orcon actually made a video about diversity and inclusion that was aired at the opening ceremonies.
Oh God. Oh
I didn't bother watching it because I knew it was that horrible and had these buzzwords.
It was buzzword bingo. I bet.
Yeah, Shiny, sorry we sound a little bit paranoid. It's just we've been banning a lot of Kick Vic crowd people.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I'm glad that I did not bother attending Oricon 2021 because I would have been miserable. I would have been miserable. I knew it's different. I mean, a lot of these anime conventions have turned into Church of COVID.
They basically turned into like to the woke equivalent of Klan rallies. That's what I'm trying to say here. But anyway, moving on here, there's a couple things that now moving away from anime conventions here. There's a couple cons that I want to add for dishonorable mention. One of them we heard about this today. Well, there's only one thing I have to say about E3. Hit it, Sven!
After midnight and my show's a nightlight and I'm cancelled. The movies are cheap and put viewers to sleep, so I'm cancelled.
Hey Jay, are you familiar with Svengoolie?
Svengoolie, you mean from Star Trek?
No, Svengoolie. He was from you watch the show called Me? You know that network Me TV?
Oh, I never heard of Miguri. Never heard.
Check out Svengoolie. Actually, he was.
I heard Me TV, but I never heard of Miguri.
Yeah, every Saturday night around I don't know what time zone you're in, but around 10-ish, 9, around 11, around that range. That we have Sveng on Me TV. I believe Svengoolie has a show. It's gone national when the Me TV became a network, but Svengoolie is sort of a local Chicago horror host. Been going strong. Been going strong since the late 70s, but he took a break during the mid 80s, came back in the mid 90s because he had to switch channels because a lot of other crap. But that's where it came from. If you're curious, but anyway,
can you give me a link to it on the chat for everyone?
What are you talking about?
Svengoolie, yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Svengoolie? Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me show you where that video came from here. Okay. God damn it! Hold on a second. This work. All right, here you go. I'll post the link. On
guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so.
Well, anyway.
It's probably because I posted something that.
Yeah. By the way, that link to that video, the link is in the live chat. So if you want to check in the chat, it out, feel free. And by the way, go do a search on YouTube if you want to check out Svengoolie, because there's a thing he does called Sven Surround. So if you like Mystery Science Theater and all that shit, you'll love that. You'll love Sven Surround. Anyway, getting back on point here. It seems they decide to send E3 2022 to the Shadow Realm, and they plan for a bigger E3 2023 return.
Yeah.
Ooh, I am pressing X on that one.
They said that for 2020. They're saying that for 2020. They did that for 2021. Now they're doing it again for 2022. No one's believing you anymore. No one's believing what E3 is saying anymore.
No one's watching them anymore. They're fucking dead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. E3's in the Death Note. E3's got their name written down in the Death Note. It's done.
And I think Nintendo was wise when they did that whole
the Nintendo Direct. This is a great. I think Nintendo Direct is going to be sort of the success. You're going to see a lot of individuals put out their own individual.
Nintendo Direct is successful already. It's
very successful.
They knew that they saw the writing on the wall, and they're like, yeah, time to do Nintendo Direct.
They got out when they still can, and good for Nintendo for doing that. And I think going forward, each of some of these companies, especially indies can get in on the fun now. Is they could probably do their own individual shows, and this is great because this decentralizes all the trade shows. I mean, yeah, in some cases it'll be more shows to go to, but it considering the route the industry's going, it's for the best. It's going to be heavily indie friendly going forward. Because imagine if like say for instance Domina decides the developers behind Domina decide to do sort of a mini trade show. Then all of a sudden you got all these nice games coming out and say, oh crap, I want to buy some of this shit. But go ahead.
The only way E3's gonna come back is that they'll have bets on operating as normal next year, and they're gonna have to invite everyone, and they're going to have to actually ship people. I mean, get people to fly to E3 in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
that's the only way.
Yeah, LA's a freaking ship.
Gitsy better fucking Gitsy rules, has shown why he rules. Oh, E3, how the money has fallen. They were already fading out of relevance.
Even before the coup.
COVID, but COVID basically came up and drop kicked it.
Not drop kicked him,
basically
take a
what
baseball
COVID
bat.
basically what that Corona-chan chick did was basically walk over and did a Hulk Hogan on E3's ass.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan leg drop. Ain't gonna work for me, brother. But yeah.
God, now I got this picture of this small Asian woman just basically drop kicking.
Yeah, doing the Hogan leg drop. Anyway, but yeah. E3 was already on borrowed time even before the pandemic. So what I say about this with E3? Oh no. Anyway, moving on to our final topic here. Now this...
Yeah, that's been a quick show, man.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to get John Delarose on here so he can talk about Worldcon, but...
Oh, yeah, I tried to get him.
Yeah, but like I said,
response.
I think he just came out from his dank stream, which we done with Martina, which is actually pretty good. And that's where I got the soundbite from the Martina soundbite from. It's actually I got it from one of the Kiwi Farms videos, but it came up during the dank stream. I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I only caught parts of it because I was preparing for the show. But I wanted to get John on because I want him to so he can roast Worldcon a bit more.
I think Vicky was pissing off Martina really a lot.
Yeah, Martina's rightly so. I mean, shit, Vicky was having it out for fucking Martina for God knows how long. But anyway, so John Delarose, I think, put out in his vlog. This was like early last year, around February of 2021, where it basically said that Worldcon has been having trouble of extremism, hatred, bigotry, and worse. Talks about the editor-in-chief, basically calling him terrorists, etc. And here's a couple tweets. Like, for example, all of a sudden they think this idiot thinks he's the glorious bastards here. Nick Malataz or whatever. Basically labels anyone who doesn't like Nazis. It's like, Nazi punching is a victimless crime. Or, got me a Nazi scalp.
Yeah,
Drink Chuck. Chuck. I wonder if he's one of those guys from Reddit that went to Ukraine and got shot.
Seriously, a lot of these people who got obsessed with imaginary Yahtzees and are the same ones that support lockdown, same ones that support BLM, same people that demand you to vote for a senile person.
Yeah.
And are now suddenly obsessed with a country they cannot point out on a map.
Yeah. Now, this one's interesting. This is, this fucking tough guy. Tough Guy Tomlinson. Oh, child. Now, you remember, I think was it Worldcon 2017? When the whole sad puppies incident happened? I think this is the year following that, where they decided to actively gatekeep Worldcon to make sure that incident never happened again. So basically what this fool says, for the Nazis threatening to disrupt Worldcon 2018 on Saturday, many people, including me, will be escorting attendees to the building. You will each individually be watched, filmed, and photographed. Those photos and videos will be uploaded immediately. You will be known. So basically, yeah, and then there's another one where it's says moderators warning by Mark Glyer, who is a Hugo Award winner, fantasized over. He basically says, "I'm not interested in hosting people's faces on photos that they may do or think they might see done. I'm not eating anything in that vein." Yeah, that guy's a freak. That's more projection by these idiots. And then, oh boy. Drink for Sifwa. Oh, Sifwa. Oh, we've been having fun with these assholes lately. And this was in 94. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, almost 30 fucking years. I've read that the NAMBLA bulletin
Are
fairly
you sure
regularly.
this was 30 years ago? Because this says August 12th, 2018.
No. It's the one down. It's the one down. Exhibit
Oh.
D, right here.
Okay.
Okay, so he says, I read the bulletin fairly regularly, and I think it's one of the most intelligent discussions of sexuality. Oh no. Reading a NAMBLA board, you're talking about intelligent discussion. You know what? I'm not going to read the rest of it. Into the wood chipper you go. But basically, John goes on. There's just a small number of just terrible and horrific things that members of WorldCon past and present support. They must immediately shut down their convention and evaluate why they allow political extremism, threats of violence, advocation of P to the E to the D to the O from their convention. Terrorism and extremism has no place in science fiction, I firmly disavow. As WorldCon deliberates the harassment of an innocent woman, Tony Weisskopf, a very well-respected publisher who has done nothing wrong, as exemplary record, Tony should consider whether she be associated with the above, and by proxy warrant that Baen Books endorses such actions of WorldCon. I would recommend for her to make a public post declining her guest of honor role at WorldCon immediately, citing extremism, bigotry, its receptionist. No publisher should be wanted to be affiliated with this. No science fiction author or fan should condone literal acts of violence in these words above. So basically, JDA's been feuding with these clowns for years, right? And I think last year the court ruled in his favor against WorldCon. So now they either had to make a public apology or they had to pay up. So
It seems like the roosters are coming home.
Oh yeah, the chickens are coming home to roost. And you know what? It's even gotten worse. After next year's WorldCon, which is held in my freaking backyard of Chicago, guess where they're going to hold WorldCon going forward?
China.
Yes,
Yep.
mainland China.
Yep.
The same people.
Yeah, nothing says freedom of expression like fucking communist China.
Well, look at it this way. They deserve each other.
And what happens when the gays show up?
Oh, you don't want to know. I don't want to know
They'll get
because
arrested on sight as soon as they open their mouths.
yeah. But anyway, so with that said, I think that's it for tonight. So
And
any final thoughts?
Josh and Bacon Lord, I'd like to thank you for showing up. I'd like to thank everyone else that showed up that didn't decide to be a troll.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. And like I said, yeah.
Heck, I'll even thank the trolls. Thank you, trolls, because
Yeah.
you gave me practice.
Yeah, you gave us practice and you gave us some views. Yeah, we'll get dislikes, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, those are all interactions.
But you know what? I'm gonna do something special for the trolls that try to came here and try to fuck up our stream. Well, guess what?
Oh, give them the whammy. Let
You
them play the whammy.
You
Press
no.
their luck. Press
No.
their luck.
They go somewhere different.
No,
You know where they're gonna go, right?
It begins with a D.
No. Detroit's too good for them.
They're going to a certain coast.
Yes. Since we're talking mostly anime conventions here, they go somewhere different. They go to the coast of Japan, where I see fishermen eyeing them and mistaking them for dolphins. I said mistaking them for dolphins.
We're all set for kickoff and... Oh, and Dan, it looks like Japanese people are now rushing onto the field. This is not the kind of thing you want happening during kickoff. You stupid!
And again, Gitsy comes up with these good points. Let me read before we call it quit. If only the conventions put as much time and effort to keep the creeps out of their conventions or guest lists like our old boy Damien. But I guess they're alright if they got the jab or don't have COVID.
And Gitsy, you and Josh have been the MVP of the chat tonight. So
yes, thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
And Bacon Lord and Shiny, thank you for coming. Everyone else, thank you for coming as well.
All right. So with that said, I think it's time to close the stream. So
yep.
So anyway, let me get my outro music going. So Jay,
and I want to say something final at the stream before.
Go ahead.
I want to say something final before we close the stream. I mean, seriously, the anime convention scene is practically dead at this point. It's virtually dead, and I think there won't be a recovery for the anime scene for a long time, for the foreseeable future, until they go back to normal. I will travel to Texas.
Or new cons start coming up, which I think that's the more pragmatic way of looking at it. So anyone else got any final thoughts before we
need new cons soon.
Anyone else got any final thoughts before we head out?
That's it for me.
That's it for me.
I don't have any final thoughts on this one because, as I said, this is not my area of expertise.
So anyway, so going forward,
Justine, do you have final thoughts?
Yeah, she's.
I said I do not.
What about you, Dragon? I just want to make sure everyone has their final thoughts.
All right.
Okay.
So anyway, folks, so going on next week, I expect more short videos to be coming out because now that I don't have to worry about doing the Whispers of Three Roses now. Expect some more short videos coming out in the coming weeks. Basically, it's like, especially since I'll probably be using them as a sort of a vehicle to promote the Whispers of Three Roses. And by the way, if you haven't checked out Whispers, again, free download. It's on the video description. Come check it out. But with that said, thank you, Jay, for coming in today. We really appreciate you. No problem with you. And of course, thank you, Ethereal. Thank you, Justine. And of course, thank you, Snow.
You're welcome.
And I also like to thank you, everyone that is on stream or watching the video. I thank you for joining. Now, if you enjoy this program, then I ask you to like, subscribe, ring that bell, follow. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your side chick, tell your dog. We're doing great shit. We're bringing in more people today. We don't know what's going to happen for our next month. I want to get Martina back on next month for sure. Especially,
We gotta finish off that series.
Oh yeah, especially since I got the new soundboard up for her. Ooh boy, I already showed off the sound that I already showed her the video when I debuted that soundboard for her. She loved it. She loved it.
Okay, I just got to know we got the good graces from her.
Oh God, yeah. God bless Martina. She's always welcome to come onto the tent anytime. Same goes for John. Same goes for everybody here. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
And Jay, I hope you do stick around.
Yeah. You're free to come back anytime, Jay. We really appreciate it. We had fun.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
All right. So until we once again. It looks like our literary sage, she's going to be here for the long haul too, so I really appreciate y'all. But
thank you God for that.
Yeah, so anyway, until we once again set up the tent, God bless you, take care of yourself, and hey, it's a nasty world we're living in, so please be careful out there. Expurga factus delendus est, Mad Shogun!